let's put something out there that's really valuable to people,
All
right?
right.
4 ways to reduce the impact on the children in a divorce. What comes to mind? What are the 4 things that we can tell people? If they
Sure.
watch nothing else in this video, listen to this.
Yeah. Well, anybody who knows what they're doing in family law will tell you that this what the science tells us, and what that is that if conflict is low, the children will be okay. Kids are okay going through a divorce if they're not exposed to conflict. If you expose them to your BS and your conflict, and what judges will say is love your child more than you hate your ex, right? So if you can't do that, then
Wow.
your divorce might have a negative impact on your child. They may struggle, they may go through some stuff, they may anyway, but you're giving them the best shot possible by keeping conflict low, keeping your stuff away from them. That's primary. Another thing is you got to have an understanding of the law. You need to get good advice in that regard. The law in Florida about kids is that we want kids to have frequent and continuous contact with both parents. How is that widely interpreted and applied?
It's a
Is that
law.
what's that?
That's a law that says that.
Frequent and continuous contact.
How do you
People
define
think
that?
Well, people think it means, or people think the law says, oh, parents are going to have 50-50 time sharing. It doesn't quite say that. But in practice, in application, most cases are going to end up, if you go in front of a judge, that judge is going to order a 50-50 time sharing plan, unless you give them some really, really good reasons not to. Okay.
Right.
One of the couple of those would be like logistical and practicalities, geography, as we've discussed. So like just understanding that like this petty crap, oh, he used to smoke joints, or I don't know, like just dumb stuff. Like if you're not doing something that's really negatively impacting the child, it's really not that serious, and the kid's going to end up being with both parents equally or really close to it. And so if you have that understanding, then that should color your conduct. You should then be doing less stuff to try to, I don't know, like stick it to the other parent or get them in trouble or something like that, because you just know it's going to turn out a particular way. So just get there. So that's another thing, is having a good understanding of law. Another thing is just trying to maintain the financial status quo. Some people, they start going through a divorce, they start operating from the fear-based mindset.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pay too much, or I'm gonna be without, or I'm not gonna be able to make it, or blah blah blah, or I'm not gonna go earn because I want to get as much from this other person. Whatever it is, they operate in that way, and then you're disrupting the financial status quo, and now the kid is experiencing that, right? They don't get to do the extracurriculars, or they don't have this, or they don't have that, or things feel different. You want to try to keep things as consistent and routine as possible for the kids. That's when they do best, right? When there's consistency.
Right.
And then finally, the last thing I would mention is like just stay close. Like there's no replacing the family unit. Once you break up the nuclear family unit, things get a little more challenging. It just is what it is, right? This isn't perfect. Co-parenting isn't perfect, but you try to come up with a better way to share a child when their parents split, right? I don't know of one. We're going to have to co-parent. We're going to have to share. So stay close, try to make it as easy as possible, because the kid is going to be going back and forth, and we want them to have as little struggle in that as possible. So those are some things I would mention.